if you were here in Destiny before Witch Queen, you might remember the absolutely OP, top tier PvP ability that hunters used to have called True Sight. Well, this here is pretty much bringing back True Sight, but in a new way and possibly even better. We'll be using Knucklehead Radar's ability to mark targets to see through walls at all times after hitting an enemy, as well as Wish Ender, which allows you to see through walls as an outline, and Invis to get the effect of the original True Sight. Now, starting off with the build, we'll be using the Night Stalker. For your abilities, pretty much free choice. I like to run Gambler's Dodge, Triple Jump, Snare Bomb, that's the only one, and Suppressor Grenade. I like suppressors as it's just a way of cancelling supers abilities. It's just a bit of annoyance, that's pretty much it. For my aspects, I like to use Trapper's Ambush and Vanishing Step. These two allow me to go invis and pretty much get that original feeling of being True Sight Hunter. Now for my fragments. This is a free slot. This is a pointless perk that I have on right now. I'm using it just sheerly for the stats. You can choose whatever you like for this one. Here, I'm using Echo of Persistence, which void debuffs applied have increased duration. That helps with the invisibility. Next, I use Echo of Domineering, which after suppressing a target, this is what I use my suppressors for, gives increased mobility and reloads your weapon. Very useful. Lastly, I use Echo of Expulsion, which void ability final blows cause the target to explode. That's just for your grenades and things. Now for the star of the show, Knucklehead Radar. This provides your radar all the time during aiming down sights and, well, your average activities during Crucible. I use it for Wish Ender, allowing me to have a radar while I'm aiming down sights as well as seeing through the walls. Gives me a bit of more situational awareness and enemies approaching from behind, for example. A new ability recently added is it marks targets just like Foe Tracer used to do. This is an excellent way of getting a second type of almost wall hacks, just being able to see the players through the walls after dealing damage to them, and well, yeah, it's such a great advantage in Crucible. Wish Ender, of course. Also just more walls. While aiming down sights with a full drawn bow, combatants behind walls are highlighted. Very good for that more True Sight-esque of the build. Now into the armor mods. For the helmet, I use targeting for Wish Ender, so a kinetic targeting. Arms, I like to use the dexterities, which allow me to draw out my weapons quicker. I use Void here for the Void SMG, and just one kinetic, so in case I want to swap back to the bow for something. Same goes for the chest piece, Unflinchings for the Void SMG, and one for the bow. I always open with the bow, so I don't really need Unflinching for that if I'm getting the first shot. And the legs. The legs are for any orbs I generate, well, players generate mainly from their super, just for replenishing health and also getting back your grenades. Lastly, the cloak. I use Reaper, which after using your ability, so my dodge, I will generate an orb. This is what all these are for. And then Bomber and Outreach, lastly. Finally, my weapons. Of course, we got Wish Ender. Then I use my Shiraira's Wrath with Kill Clip and Tunnel Vision, just to continue my kill streaks if I get a finish with it. And my heavy can be whatever you like, just whatever you feel comfortable with. Same with the SMG. Doesn't have to be an SMG, you can run whatever you want. If you want to be the Bane of Crucible and hand cannon bow swap, go ahead. Now that I've shown off the build, we can jump into a quick custom match so I can show you how to use it, and then an actual game to show in live Crucible. So the way I use this build is a way of using the original True Sight when you used to go invisible back in, a few years ago of Destiny 2. As you can see, me just looking at him puts the cross. That is the ability of Knucklehead Radar. So if you just got your SMG out, you can see him through walls, so you can tell when he's going to peak until it goes away. It lasts a short time, lasts a bit longer if you deal damage to him. With the bow, you can use it, go invis, go behind a wall, draw the bow fully, and you get this outline. That there is a great way of pretty much the original True Sight. Being invis as well, great help. You know, makes it harder for them. And you can run a hand cannon to do the bow hand cannon. but I like to do the bow and then SMG. For the rest of it, bunch of invisibilities, like you can see this here, just so I can keep that true sight-esque of the build. And that's pretty much it. So, I like to run this gun with kill clip, so I can get a kill with this and then continue on with my spree, if you want to say. But the main point is, like true sight. Having that ability to go invis and see through walls, have the advantage on your enemies, it's just an absolute great thing to have. So now I'll jump into an actual game, and we'll go from there.
Show your enemy this place belongs to you now. Take the zones. You captured Zone C. Enemy claimed Zone A. You captured Zone B. You have advantage. Zone A captured. That's a power play. You took them, now hold them. Double down. Uh-oh. And that's why we have fire teams. This is wonderful! Zone A lost. Zone C captured. You have zone advantage. Double down. Zone B lost. You have my respect, Hunter. Zone A captured. You have advantage. Zone C lost. Zone B captured. You have advantage. Zone B lost. Zone B captured. You have zone advantage. Five minutes left. Keep it up. Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours. Keep it up, and victory is yours. I need a hunter like you with the red jack. Zone B lost. A well-fought victory. Impressive. You could give the Redjacks a lesson in territory control.